Let's bring out the stars for your Atlanta Hawks. At goal, 6'7", number 5, Tyson. At forward, 6'8", number 17, Onyeka. At guard, 6'3", number 3, C.J. McCollum. At guard, standing 6'5", number 7, Eagle DYNASTY. At forward, 6'8", number 1, James Johnson. That comes your Atlanta Hawks is playing tonight. This is your Atlanta Hawks.
So here's Oklahoma City's starting group. At the guard spots will be seen Alexander and Wallace. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. And it's Williams at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hawks, Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with McCollum, and it's Daniels in at the 3 spot. Coach, this early on in the season, what was the emphasis for you and your staff when you were coaching?
Well, look, Kevin, we really wanted to learn our strengths and find the best way to play to them. Of course, discovering your strengths is much easier for teams with a superstar. But either way, it's about discovering the kind of basketball your team needs to play.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. Holmgren against Johnson. Okongwu with a screen on Holmgren. And it's blocked. Outside Williams. And the dunk by Holmgren.
And given that Holmgren is 7 feet tall, he's a threat to throw it down at any time.
And now let's swing it over to Allie LaForge on the sideline.
Earlier, I spoke with the Hawks head coach, and he told me one guy that we have to always be cognizant of is Chet Holmgren. Coach explained his biggest impact comes on the defensive end, but we can't overlook his offense. He's a 7-footer with guard skills who can space the floor and is very efficient around the rim. Back over to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie.
And with that threat of the outside jumper, Holmgren generates space for this offense.
Pass to Alexander-Walker. Johnson with a screen on Wallace. To the paint, and then Johnson with the dunk.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
Yeah, you know, sometimes all it takes is that first bucket to get a team into a groove.
Here's Holmgren. Outside, SGA. Just 5 to shoot. This one for 3. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
Here's McCollum. And the rejection by Holmgren.
Long 7'1" with that 7'6" wingspan. Holmgren can alter or block just about every shot in his vicinity. And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive style.
Yeah, you got to love that kind of effort. Getting in there and fighting through the defense.
Here's McCollum. Following the score by Oklahoma City.
Airtight rim protection from Holmgren, using his length beautifully.
Pass to Hartenstein. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on Onyeka Okongwu. This is his first free throw of the game.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
That free throw good from Hartenstein. Stan, March 2025 marked the passing of the great Dikembe Mutombo. 4 of his 8 All-Star appearances came as an Atlanta Hawk.
And he also won back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year awards in Atlanta. 4 in total over the course of his career.
And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
This is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
these players are moving, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
Oklahoma City's ball. They've outscored them 10 points to 2 during this run. All his kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Holmgren, right side. Hartenstein passes to Holmgren. Oklahoma City needs to get off a shot. Out of bounds, and it takes possession. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Now McCollum, no scoring in this one. And the layup's good off the glass.
Look at McCollum just going to work. So good at using his creativity to find shots inside.
SGA with the ball. Okongwu covering, and the foul on Dyson Daniels. That is his first foul of the game. It's Williams, high post. Ball is against McCollum. Just 4 to shoot. Lets it go from deep. The Thunder with another miss. The Hawks trail by 6. Here is Daniels. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Orlando. And that's a foul called on Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. That's his first foul.
Team first.
McCollum against SGA. Down to 5 on the shot clock. McCollum dishes to Johnson.
Well, this hasn't been his quarter so far. He's really struggling to get going.
Pass to Holmgren. From 13, the shot's good. Gilgeous-Alexander making the play.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Here's Alexander walking. Wallace covering. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That is his first foul of the game. Now here's McCollum. Johnson outside. Just 5 on the clock. From deep three-point land.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
On the wing, Williams. He's covered by Daniels. And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2. And Greg, you might not be surprised to hear this, but Shea Gilgeous-Alexander comes from a family of athletes.
Yeah, I mean, his mother was a sprinter in the 400 meters representing Antigua and Bermuda in the 92 Summer Games in Barcelona. Impressive.
And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's SGA. Against Indiana, he was really on his game. Williams kicks to SGA. Hartenstein with a screen on Daniel. And it's Gilgeous-Alexander missing. The Hawks trail by 8. Here's Johnson. He can't get it to go. Great D that time from Hartenstein. Outside, SGA. Holmgren outside. And there's the call on Nickeil Alexander-Walker. That's his first foul.
Team sport.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Still scoreless. Williams looking over the floor. Just 3 to shoot. Holmgren outside.
Well, as a defender, Johnson is pretty rangy, using a mix of length and lateral quickness.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Back to McCollum, trying to get something going. Gets it to go. From beyond the arc. McCollum's got his second basket of the night.
Well, McCollum wasted no time when he has a window.
Pass to Hartenstein. Now here's Williams. Oh, and here comes Johnson all alone.
Great reach. Tough to get a shot up over Holmgren.
Here's Wallace. Goes back up. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. The Thunder have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And up around 82% as a team a season ago. So they know how to make the most of those opportunities.
The first free throw is good. Jonathan Kuminga. He's checked in for Atlanta. And Oklahoma City with a change here too. Mitchell's checked in. And Greg, the Thunder, NBA champions at last. And still incredibly young.
And this is no fluke. They defended, they shared it, trusted in the system and one another. The league's been put on notice. This team is just getting started.
Young player, but a smart player. You see it there in the two-man game from Daniels.
SGA passes to Holmgren. to Gilgeous-Alexander. Clock at 4. Count that one. And the Thunder lead by 8.
And when you get physical with Gilgeous-Alexander, you really have to hit him, or else he just powers through that contact.
Okongwu with a screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. In the corner, Daniels. A 3 from McCollum. Nice defense from Wallace.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game. And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching, a perfect game plan.
Okongwu with the screen from McCollum. Inside. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, in that two-player action, I really like Okongwu as the game. He moved really well.
Holmgren in the high post. Back to SGA. Good work there as it goes. SGA's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Defensively, they've been a step slow here to start.
Mitchell against McCollum. To the middle. There's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
That's as easy as it gets for Kuminga. Defense has to bring more energy than that.
Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, arguably the most feared slasher in the game. Teammate Jalen Williams said, quote, everybody knows what he's going to do, and he's still able to get to spots on a consistent basis. SGA paused a beat before bluntly saying, I get to the rim on anybody. Back to you guys.
Yeah, certainly a nightmare to contain. All right, Allie, we thank you very much. Okongwu against Mitchell. Okongwu's shot is good.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy.
Make some noise for your ATL Sixers.
Some changes. Doc Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Zachary Rizachet comes in for Daniel. And Kispert subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Then for the Thunder, Williams is checked in for Jalen Williams. Dort comes in for Cason Wallace. And it's Isaiah Joe in for Gilgeous-Alexander. And here's Mitchell from the arc. Landale grabs the miss.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Mitchell with the steal. And Mitchell with a clear path to the hoop. And it's Mitchell with the jam.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
McCollum left side. Outside, Kuminga. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Fires the 3. And Holmgren pulls it down. Holmgren's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. Their shooting has been the big key. Their percentage from the field so far has been terrific. Don't go anywhere. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Oklahoma City.
Wow, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
And they are also just outworking the opposition in transition. When the break is on, they've continued to find ways to score.
Kispert is out there with C.J. McCollum. Then there's Reza Shea. Then it's Jock Landale. And it's Kuminga in at the four-man position. So that's the lineup for Atlanta. Dort passes to Mitchell. Launches a three. Dort misses. And here's Kuminga. He'll bring it up for the Atlanta Hawks. 6-point game. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for him. Back to Kispert. Stolen by Dort. And there's a foul. It's on C.J. McCollum. That's his first foul.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
Number 12, Thomas Sorber.
Here's Sorber. Dort attacking, and he jams it with authority.
How's that for a show? Dort looking like he wants to be in the dunk contest with slams like that.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And here is Kispert. Still yet to score. Shot clock at 6. Cullen passes to Landale. To the left wing. And beyond the arc. And no good that time. The Hawks trail by 8. McCollum with the ball. 5 points in the game. Over Mitchell. McCollum, no good. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Sorber.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
McCollum against Mitchell. Kuminga, screen on Mitchell. McCollum, no good. The Thunder leading by 10. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Holmgren outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. The Hawks shooting has been a little ragged, just 38% from the field. Pass to McCollum. Into the lane. Thunder with the rebound. Holmgren's got his 6th rebound on the night.
Another miss. At some point, they need to tap someone else for a boost offensively.
Here's Sorber. Outside, Dort. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. One on Kispert. Stan, teams track different officiating crews, don't they, and how they tend to call the game.
Yeah, they do, Kevin, and there are some organizations who do it more than others. I'm not a fan of it myself because I think it puts your players' focus on the officials and takes away from focusing on what they're supposed to be doing on the court. So I'm not a big fan of it.
And the Thunder making a switch here. SGA's checked in, and Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Looking for a breather and maybe adjusting a thing or two. changes. Johnson, he's checked in for Zachary Rizachet. Daniels comes in for Corey Kispert. And Nikhil Alexander-Walker in for McCullough. And Oklahoma City with a change here, too. Higgins is checked in.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
Well, give credit to the screener there. That's how you help free up your teammates.
Back to Holmgren. Yep, it counts. Holmgren's got the lead up to 12 now for the Thunder.
And great job from Holmgren. I like when he shows confidence attacking inside.
Pass to Johnson. Outside Daniel. And he drives in. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Flashing his athleticism there. I like when Daniels goes right at the rim.
The Thunder leading by 10. And how about the emergence, Stan, of Dyson Daniels as an elite wing defender?
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think what happened with Dyson Daniels is he just got a chance to step into more playing time. And as he got that consistent time, he showed that he's not only one of the best defenders in this league, but he's got more offensive skill than people thought he had also.
Daniels passes to Alexander Walker. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. Count it. Good.
Well, that's a textbook move by Johnson. Once he sets the pick, he hustles into scoring position.
Count that one for George.
That's their third straight make off an assist.
This is goes to.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against Indiana. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Mitchell. Alexander Walker on the wing. Shot clock at 5. Here's Johnson, and it's Johnson with the jam.
A wiry athlete, Jalen Johnson. Too loud.
Holmgren sets the screen for SGA. No good with the triple. The Hawks trail by 10. Now Johnson. 6 points for him. To the paint. Landale. And the rejection by Holmgren.
An outstanding shot blocker. It's not just about Holmgren's look. It's about his positioning as well.
A different look for Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's checked in for Wiggins. And it's Williams in for George. Mitchell against Johnson. Mitchell right side. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Hartenstein with the screen for Williams. Offline with his three. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Hawks. Trailing by 10. Down low. Here's Landale.
Well, this is what you love about Johnson. The all-around ability, that time running pick and roll and making the right decision.
Holmgren with a screen on Daniels. And taken away by Johnson. One-on-one fast break. And Kuminga throws it down.
And a terrific job on both ends of that sequence. Very slick steal and great transition offense.
Gilgeous Alexander passes to Holmgren. Mitchell outside. 6 on the shot clock. And the basket is good. Mitchell's got his second basket of the night.
And running offense through Holmgren. Great court awareness and really unselfish.
Here's Alexander Walker. To the inside. Here's Johnson. Yes, it's good. Good for basket number 4. He's now 4 for 10.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Mitchell kicks to Gilgeous Alexander. No dice from the high post.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Johnson with it. Good job by Hartenstein.
And I love when these wings get rewarded for the dirty work in that two-man game. Kuminga getting his.
Holmgren outside. Back to Mitchell. A three. Another shot. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot two at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
He'll take his third and fourth free throw shots of the game right here. And so Mark Daigneault calls a timeout. He's ready to talk things through with them. Checked in for Atlanta. Collin comes in for Jalen Johnson. And Oklahoma City also making a switch. Walls is checked in for Holmgren. That free throw good from Hartenstein.
And they have yet to miss a shot from the line here this quarter.
And so Hartenstein nails both of them. Last outing for the Hawks, it was a loss to Orlando. Kuminga, screen on Mitchell. Collin passes to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
He can play the floor because he gets off the ground so well.
Mitchell kicks to Williams. Back to Mitchell. 5 on the clock. Here's Wallace. That one misses. 3 shots. All come up empty. Here's Alexander Walker. Gilgeous Alexander cover. And the dunk to finish it off. Beauty.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And guys, you cannot allow that in a close game. You have to make it harder than that.
Oklahoma City moving the ball around. And the basket is good. Got it to go through on the contact, so a free throw coming up. Great opportunity for a three-point play. The Thunder have scored 6 points from their 8 attempts at the line so far. Thunder coming to this one after the win against the Pacers in Indianapolis. Okongwu with the screen from McCollum. Down low. There's Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
And this play took real commitment from Kuminga. Just never gave up on it.
The Hawks shooting their first foul of the night.
Yeah, and fairly decent a season ago. About 77% from the line.
On the free throw, no good.
And we continue to see Kuminga improve at a steady rate. He's a young big with a bright future in this league.
Count that bucket.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
McCollum against Mitchell. McCollum outside. Right side, Kuminga. Pass to Okongwu. Kuminga down low. He's guarded by Williams. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Thunder making a change here. Dort's checked in.
Lucas Dort.
The Thunder leading by 4. It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Thunder are trying to be efficient scoring. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander said, quote, ultimately, it just comes down to taking what the defense gives you and trusting your teammates. You need them to win at a high level. That's clear as day, and I want to win at a high level, so I have no option. Guys, back to you.
Sharing the ball. Allie, as always, we appreciate your reporting. And the foul called on Cason Wallace. That'll be his third foul so far.
And that's the tough part of trying to keep him on the floor. Now he picks up that third foul.
Isaiah Joe, he's judging for Oklahoma City. Alexander Walker passes to Kuminga.
And this is why many are excited about Kuminga's upside. JK has the potential to be a consistently dominant scorer.
And it goes down 2 points.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Cullen passes to Alexander Walker. Back to McCollum. Inside, Kuminga, and Kuminga throws it down.
And he has his fingerprints all over this first half. He is just shooting it so efficient.
Dort passes to Williams. To the paint, here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Joe. Here's Dort, off target with his three. And so it's Isaiah Hartenstein making things happen for the Thunder. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. And we'll be right back after this.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
Taking a look here at the Thunder, when you come out rocking with 2 straight wins, you're feeling good.
Yeah, got to keep that out of your head, though. Each game presents a new challenge.
Taking a closer look at that first half now, you really got to give it up for what Chet Holmgren is doing out there.
You love the rebounding and the rim protection. He also brings that intimidating factor. He's an important piece in their puzzle. You can always tell he's the one guy who loves playing the game, and he loves playing it well.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You know, Jonathan Kuminga has been exceptional here, guys.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Yeah, and in terms of slowing him down, I think they're going to have to change things up. Give him some different looks.
The Hawks trail by 4. Here's who Mark Daigneault is going to put out there to start the second half. Out on the perimeter, Wallace and Williams. Holmgren plays at the 4 with Hartenstein at the center spot. And it's SGA in at the point. Clock at 6. Here's Johnson. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Hartenstein's got 4 rebounds in this game. And Holmgren the bucket on the assist by Wallace. Holmgren's got the first points to start out the third quarter for the Thunder. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Atlanta Hawks. Johnson outside. Okongwu with a screen on Holmgren. Johnson, that's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Well, look, Johnson reads how the defense is playing it. Gets a little space coming off the pick. Nice play.
And Jalen Johnson is already a nightly double-double threat in his game. It just continues to expand.
Oh, look, Jalen Johnson, Kevin, is an all-star level guy. I mean, efficient on the offensive end, brings consistent energy every night, makes very few mistakes, and plays both ends of the floor.
That's good from Johnson. And Stan, we know Jalen Johnson comes from a basketball family.
Well, they did a great job, Kevin, of teaching him the game because Jalen Johnson can really play. And I'm sure everyone in his family is extremely proud of what he's doing in the NBA.
Holmgren in the post. Johnson on him. Holmgren kicks to Gilgeous-Alexander. Here's Hartenstein, and the dunk by Hartenstein.
Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. Johnson outside. Okongwu with a screen on Holmgren. Johnson finds Okongwu.
Well, with that explosive leaping ability, Okongwu is someone who spaces the floor vertically.
Now here's Williams. He has 6. Holmgren outside. Williams a screen. Lets it fly. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
Well, he's had it going offensively, helping them build this lead.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Now Daniels. He started by Williams. McCollum outside. Back to Daniels. Over Williams. And Holmgren pulls it down. The Thunder leading by 4. Out to Wallace. Three-pointer. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
You know, they've hit the ground running to begin this second half. 4 for 5 so far.
Cullen passes to Alexander Walker. Okongwu with a screen on Wallace. Here's Alexander Walker. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. This is his first trip to the line tonight.
Yeah, to look back at his numbers from the free throw line last year, 78%, so not too bad.
He's off on the first.
Wow, what, did he have something in his eye on that shot?
Maybe. And that trip coming up empty, missing both.
Well, that's not the focus we're used to seeing from him at the line. He's usually rock solid from there.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Johnson with a screen on Wallace. Alexander Walker finds Johnson. Williams with the ball, and Daniels picks him up defensively. Hartenstein inside, defended by Alexander Walker. A nice shot by Hartenstein. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And another thing they've really excelled at tonight is protecting the rim. Shooters keep getting their shots swatted away by this squad.
Jock Landale's checked in for Okongwu. Kuminga comes in for Johnson. Zachary Riza-Shays check in for Dyson Daniels. And Corey Kispert subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. To the middle, it's tipped. Holmgren with the steal. An even 3-on-3 break. Wallace with the ball. And now by Kispert.
And I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen tonight. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively, turning into easy points.
Kuminga, screen on Gilgeous-Alexander. And there it is for him. McCollum's got his third basket of the night right there.
Well, whether he's scoring or passing, McCollum is extremely skilled at running the pick and roll.
Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Plenty of daylight on that shot. Gilgeous-Alexander's got the lead up to 13 now for the Thunder.
I love that they're continuing to attack despite being up big.
Yeah, they're being absolutely relentless, building this lead in every way possible.
Gilgeous-Alexander against McCollum. Poked away and stolen by Williams. Wallace against Kuminga. Wallace dishes to Holmgren. Inside, here's Hartenstein. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Cullen passes to Kispert. Back to McCollum. 5 to shoot. Kuminga sets a screen for McCollum. Holmgren with the steal. Pass to Williams. Over Riza-Shay. Out to Wallace for the 3. Atlanta with the rebound. McCollum with the ball. Picked up by Hartenstein. Cullen passes to Kuminga. Here's Landale. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Doing his job on the glass and doing it with force.
And Greg, it's not everybody in the league who can make those kinds of plays.
Well, he gets paid to be a factor on the glass. That's a nice dunk to finish it off.
Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. And it's McCollum off the drive. Holmgren with the steal. Landale pass to Kuminga. And here's McCollum. SGA with the steal. Gilgeous-Alexander, dangerous on the run. The Hawks trail by 15. And here's McCollum. 7 points in the game. Pass to Kispert. Now Riza-Shay. Shot clock at 6. Back to Kispert. A 3 from McCollum. It's hauled in by Jalen Williams.
And you know what? He's just not on his game. No doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
SGA on the wing. Guarded by Riza-Shay. Gilgeous-Alexander, good.
And good work inside. SGA will make more room for himself on the perimeter when he can be effective down low.
Cullen passes to Kispert. Now Riza-Shay. Pass to Kuminga. Here's Kispert. Beyond the arc. Traps in the tray.
And becoming better at just knowing when to move the ball. Kuminga improving as a passer.
SGA against McCollum. Hartenstein. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
5 attempts for him at the line tonight. He's made 3.
Hartenstein at the line for 2.
The first one falls. And with so many teams, Stan, filling roster spots with rookie contracts, the importance of drafting well continues to rise.
Well, absolutely it does, Kevin. The quicker you can get those guys up to speed and helping you on their rookie contracts where they're at least relatively lower price helps your salary cap situation, helps you fill out the roster with quality players.
SGA surveying the defense. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Mitchell against McCollum. Pass to Kispert. His three-pointers off the mark. And so it's Dort with it. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. SGA on the wing. He's guarded by McCollum. Here's Hartenstein. Mitchell wide open. They get it back. And the dunk by Hartenstein.
And able to pad his stats a little bit there on that play. The board and the bucket.
And you know, Greg, that'll put him in the good graces of that coaching staff, too. My goodness. McCollum against Mitchell. McCollum left side. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, his rebounding is such a boost for this team, especially when it comes on the offensive end.
To the inside, here's Mitchell, and that comes off the assist by SGA. SGA's got his 7th assist in the game. The Hawks trail by 18. McCollum with the ball. He has 7. And it's Kuminga at the elbow. Back to McCollum. Rebound by Mitchell.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Fires from deep. Sinks the three-pointer. Mitchell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, overall, they're the team getting the better looks here in this second half.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break. Getting the shots they want and converting.
A three from McCollum. Again, McCollum missing.
Well, and after making just one triple going into the break, he's still looking for his first make from distance here in the second half.
Here's Mitchell. An easy 2 points on the layup. Mitchell's got 11 points.
Well, he was scuffling with this shot in the first half, but since the break, he's been putting it all together.
McCollum against Mitchell. McCollum passes to Kispert. From deep, SGA. And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder climbing high with a 23-point lead heading into the break. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. And while we can now, let's take a look at today's State Farm. Assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. Johnson and Okongwu man the post position. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Reza Shea. And it's Daniels into the three. So that's the lineup for Atlanta.
It is so much fun watching these guys just throw it down. Jalen Johnson can do it with the best of them.
Joe passes to Dort. Holmgren with a screen on Daniels. Dort misses.
And look, he's had an off night, but it won't matter as long as they hold on to this lead.
Johnson with a screen on Mitchell. Alexander Walker passes to Johnson.
And the big-time scoring night from Johnson continues. This guy has solidified himself as a very good prop. But you love the unselfishness, makes the next pass, and enables his team to capitalize on the possession.
Okongwu with a screen on Mitchell. Here's Alexander Walker. Covered by Mitchell. Back to Rizashea. Here's Alexander Walker. Thunder with the rebound. Tries the spin move. It's Joe on the wing. Cranes the three-pointer. Joe's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Late reaction defensively. He quickly takes advantage, grows their lead.
Yeah, look, the truth is, he doesn't need much space anyway. But that one was too easy. Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Pass to Holmgren. Mitchell outside. Holmgren sets the screen for Mitchell. And here is Williams, covered by Okongwu. And here's Mitchell from the arc. And it's Rizashea with the rebound. Hawks have gone 3 of 4 in field goal attempts since getting things started here in the fourth. Joe, a three-pointer off the mark. So far, we've seen them be a bit careless with the ball.
Simply put, out of control is how they've played thus far. They're going to have to reel it in and show some more discipline.
Here's Johnson. Dort grabs the miss. Oklahoma City leading by 22. Pass to Holmgren. Hands it from downtown.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
The Hawks shooting one of the high points for them in this game at 54%. Here's Alexander Walker, covered by Mitchell. Johnson finds Alexander Walker. Back to Johnson. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
Well, Johnson is such a strong guy. He has no problem finishing against physical teams.
And Mark Daigneault calls timeout here. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear. And immediately.
It's time to get down to mascot. Let's go.
Oklahoma City making a change here. Mitchell kicks to Dort. Back to Mitchell. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. And it's Jalen Johnson with the foul.
Jalen Johnson.
That's foul number 2 for him. There are some who will say, GA, there are too many threes being taken in today's NBA. What are your thoughts on that?
Hey, if we're cutting back on something, how about free throws? The three-point shootout is arguably the best part of All-Star Saturday, but nobody wants to watch a free throw contest.
Holmgren against Johnson. Outside Daniels. Johnson outside. 6 to shoot. To the paint. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
Well, Daniels is a tall guard. He can get up with the best of them.
Takes a step back. Holmgren in the corner. The putback. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
For Atlanta, they've gone 5 of 7 from the field since the beginning of the fourth. Strong work at that end of the floor. Down low. And it's Daniels with the rebound.
Oh, you got to finish at the rim right there. You hate seeing those opportunities go to waste.
And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Now a timeout called by Atlanta.
In the offense, your ATL. That's it.
Some changes. Kuminga comes in for Rizashe. And McCollum subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Now McCollum. Excellent D there from Williams.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Joe can't get it to go. So it's Johnson who brings the ball up for the Atlanta Hawks. Outside, Kuminga. And here's McCollum for three. The Thunder pull it in.
Yeah, you wonder what is he thinking right now. He's not shooting the ball well, and shots like that only hurt his team more.
Dort passes to Mitchell. Inside. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jonathan Kuminga picks one up.
When it comes to physical play, it's hard to get the best of Dort. He invites contact at both ends.
Coach, when you've had to scout for prospects, how much stock did you put in the NBA Combine?
Well, I think, Kevin, you can get certain things out of the Combine. I think the physical testing stuff is good to at least give you a baseline on guys. I think getting a chance to talk to some of the players is outstanding. And then just getting anytime you get another chance to watch guys work, watch guys play, it's just another data point for you.
Mitchell passes to Williams. Dort against Daniels. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
Thunder substitution. Number 12, Thomas Sorber.
The Hawks have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. McCollum outside. Kuminga dishes to Okongwu. 6 on the shot clock. Kuminga, screen on Caruso. They get it again. He goes up again. Kuminga, no good. Oklahoma City shooting certainly a key for them in this one. 55% from the field. The Hawks shooting at a 46% clip in the fourth quarter. Johnson down low. Defended by Caruso. Johnson double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And in 2023, the NBA implementing a new player participation policy, Coach. trying to minimize unexcused absences for star players.
Kevin, I think it's huge for our game. Fans pay and watch TV to see the great players. And there's nothing more important in the league than that those guys being on the court on a consistent basis. And anything that the league can do and teams can do to ensure that, the better it is for everyone.
Stolen by Mitchell. Pushing it up. Pass to Caruso. Good, and it's Mitchell picking up the assist. Mitchell's got 4 assists now tonight.
Yeah, coming down the stretch, they've become reliant upon their perimeter game.
Well, if you're looking to get points in a hurry as the game clock's running down, that's certainly the way to do it.
Johnson can't hit.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Here's Joe, and it's wide right. It's off the rim. Hawks shooting well, 50% from the floor. Johnson kicks to McCollum. Back to Johnson. They double-team Johnson. Okongwu finds Daniels. Ball's knocked loose.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
Here's Mitchell to the wing on the left. Outside, Dort. No good on the 3.
Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game.
Johnson, the pass to Daniels. Mitchell against McCollum. Atlanta again, missing.
In the second half, it seems like they've given him the green light. Might want to rethink that.
Pass to Sorber. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Shot clock at 6. Dort kicks to Mitchell. And he goes in for the dunk.
Lift off, Mr. Dort. A one-way ticket to the rim.
McCollum passes to Johnson. Johnson draws the double. Back to Kuminga. It's McCollum on the wing.
And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Thunder.
The bench gave him a big lift in this game.
And listen, Kevin, anytime your reserves can perform at a level that high, it puts you in an excellent position to win the game.
And every win important. And this one will go down as win number 3.
And so they win their first game against this squad. It's a 2-game season series, and they'll be going for the sweep the next time they face off.
And as one might have guessed coming into this game, it was indeed another big game tonight for Chet Holmgren.
Well, he was so active defensively, anticipating, grabbing steals, one of the most underappreciated stats in the game.
Kenrich Williams, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Wiggins comes in for Dort.
Well, just a great guy to have in the rotation. Caruso gives you effort, he gives you shooting, and the ball rarely sticks in his hands. He keeps it moving.
Kuminga, no good.
Well, he's got a great stroke. That one almost dropped.
Wiggins with it, and it's Johnson picking him up. Back to Wiggins. Puts up a 3. Hits the three-point bomb.
Inspired tonight. They fought hard and at crucial points just made the plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this one.
Williams with the steal. Here's Mitchell. So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. This crowd was stunned by the manner in which their team was dismantled.
You know what? Shocking. I don't care what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to come in and just cruise
And an opportunity for these guys to get loose, find the range. We're almost at game time, folks. Welcome to 2K Sports, everyone. We have some exciting NBA action coming up. Here with the greats, Richard Jefferson and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson, and Allie LaForce, our reporter. Now, the opening lineup for Atlanta. Johnson and Okongwu, the duo inside. C.J. McCollum is out there with Risachet, and it's Daniels in at the 3. And for Chicago, they've got Jaden Ivey. Buzelis out there with Zach Collins. Then it's Trey Jones, and it's Okoro in at the 3. And so much to take in during the start of the season, Richard. It's hard to not overreact at times.
You got to remember that everything is going to get blown out of proportion in the first week. Give it some time, let it breathe before everyone jumps to conclusions.
Ivey passes to Jones. Back to Ivey. 6 to shoot. That's good. And it's Jones with the assist.
Oh, one of the better attackers of the rim. Ivey will not be stopped.
Here's Johnson.
Ruthless! How is the hoop still standing?
Ooh. And that was a dunk contest material kind of jam. Johnson just letting it all hang out.
Thanks to the AT&T Connected Cam for the up-close and personal view of that slam. Now here's Jones. Okongwu with the rebound. Up top, Johnson. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. To the middle. Here's Daniels. Blocked!
When it comes to contesting shots, Buzelis is showing us that he's got great timing.
Another shot. Chicago with a rebound.
No clue how he misfired on that shot. You don't see that from him very often.
Ivey with the ball. Now guarded by Risachet. Here's Buzelis. Collins with a screen on McCollum. Jones, the pass to Collins, and down it goes. 2 points.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Now here's Johnson. Outside Risachet. Pass to McCollum. There's the triple. Knocks it down from distance.
With confidence and ability from long range, I love it. McCollum's able to space the floor and keep the defense honest.
Jones with the ball. McCollum defends. And it's Okoro penetrating. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 3 assists tonight. Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. McCollum against Jones. Now here's Daniels. Not a good performance from him in that loss to Oklahoma City. Here's Johnson. Buzelis grabs the board. For Chicago, they've gone 3 of 4. Off to a nice start. Ivey's shot is off.
Just enough of a shot contest to bother him.
Well, Grant, you look at the Bulls, middling on both ends. What's their biggest need?
You know, B.A., I think it's length and athleticism. You can't have enough of those type of players in today's game. You look at their activity stats, the steals, offensive rebounds, very much in need of a boost.
Here's Johnson. This one for 3. And Daniels gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
Oh, good shot from Daniels. He understands he needs to keep knocking these down for his team.
Shot's good by McCollum. McCollum's got 5.
Starting to find his rhythm. He's cooking, and he knows it.
Yeah, when he gets engaged this early in the game, it's bad news for the defense. He can roll this start throughout the rest of the game.
Now here's Jones. Still without a bucket. On the wing, Ivey. The 11-footer. And again, Chicago, no good.
Slow going for him this quarter. The defense putting up a good fight.
Johnson. Oh, big finish.
Wow. Okay, I see you.
And when Johnson gets an opening, no question he's looking to power it down.
And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for Chicago. They trail by 6.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
Chicago shooting their first free throws of the night now.
Buzelis taking 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. No good on the second free throw. Atlanta leading by 5. Buzelis grabs the board. Chicago has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Collins passes to Ivy. And they call an illegal screen here.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
Look, guys get away with this all the time, but on this occasion, he got caught.
What a sensational move captured from the connected cam. Sponsored by AT&T. Outside Johnson. Back to McCollum. Wide open look. Another one falls for Atlanta.
I just love the ball.
Jalen Johnson.
The Bulls trail by 7. And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. I think right now he might be looking at some adjustments.
Yeah, coach no doubt wants to use this timeout to review the matchups and maybe make some adjustments as well.
I'm sure all of the above is in order, and you can never be too content.
Get down. Bring those moves. Next drive, it's all good.
Checked in for Atlanta. Jonathan Kuminga comes in for Johnson.
Now into the lineup for the Hawks, Jock Landale.
Here's Jones.
Jonathan Kuminga.
Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. And the foul called on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul.
First personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Buzelis. He's watched by Kuminga. Chicago passing it around. Pass to Buzelis. Shot clock at 6. The Bulls need to get off a shot. Jones from outside.
And just refusing to give up second chance points. Excellent defensive rebounding.
Here's McCollum. And the basket is good. McCollum's got 9.
And that's a savvy move from McCollum. A defender doesn't know what to do with moves like that.
Okoro outside. McCollum against Jones. And here's Ivy from the arc. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got his 4th assist with that last one. Atlanta leading by 6. Outside Rizachet. Back to McCollum. They set a pick. Pass to Kuminga. It's blocked. Ivy goes in. Here's Buzelis. And there's the slam. Dunk to finish it off.
And the defense has to offer more resistance. Can't let guys like Buzelis get this close to the rim.
McCollum against Jones. McCollum, pass to Kuminga. And Kuminga throws it down.
He may not have that traditional power forward build, but his bounce, well, that kind of levels the playing field.
Jones feels it out. Here's Ivy. sinks that one from the post. He's got 7.
Just finding room to go to work inside. Ivy really relies on his physical abilities to get a close-range shot.
Outside Rizachet. For 3, McCollum. Collins with the rebound. Bulls trail by 4. Standing just under 7 feet. Zach Collins puts that size to work out there.
Always looking for his next rebound or just a point-blank bucket. Collins knows that his physicality is what he has to bring to the floor. And he operates mostly in the paint. His accuracy is on another level this quarter. Really high-quality shooter.
Kuminga with a screen on Jones. Here's McCollum. Oh, got a piece of it. Stolen by Collins. Jones with the ball. McCollum covering. Pass to Ivy. Crafty move. And he lays it in. Ivy's got 12 points.
And shooting-wise, he's been fantastic, helping to build this lead.
Now Kuminga. McCollum on the wing. Defended by Jones. Kuminga throws it down.
Oh, he's a twitchy athlete. Kuminga is hard to track in pick-and-roll action.
And so Billy Donovan calls timeout. He's going to talk it over with his guys.
A big round of applause for your dance team.
Sexton comes in for Okoro, and Giddey subbed in for Jones. Atlanta also making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Johnson comes in for Kuminga, and it's Alexander Walker in for Rizachet. Now here's Sexton, covered by Alexander Walker. Giddey passes to Collins. Chicago passing it around. 6 on the shot clock. Now here's Sexton. He's closely guarded. Off the mark with a little step back Jay. McCollum finds Johnson. Sexton comes with a double team. McCollum, the pass to Daniels. And here's Okongwu for 3. Chicago with a rebound. On the wing, Sexton. McCollum defends. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line. And one thing that's fun to watch, when Josh Giddey grabs a defensive rebound and goes coast to coast, RJ.
Yeah, that's when he is at his best. Ball is in his hand. Out in space, playing with speed.
Now here's Johnson. McCollum outside. The 3. And count it. Now 5 for 7.
He got right into the flow of this game, hitting 5 of his first 7 shots.
Outside Sexton. Ivy outside.
2 minutes remaining in the first.
Oh, he drains it. His 6th make and 9 tries so far.
This run has been fueled by their matador defense.
1:46 left in the opening quarter. Here's Johnson inside. Daniels. And he banks in the layup. Daniels has got his second bucket of the night.
Trading the lead back and forth, neither side is willing to back down.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
One team gains momentum, then the other storms back.
Hey, if this is any indication of how the game is going to go, we're in for a treat.
And Atlanta with possession here. After the basket by Chicago. Daniels outside. And here's Johnson. Here's McCollum. And it's Giddey with a rebound. Chicago leading. And it's Sexton. That time on the assist by Buzelis.
Buzelis has tremendous court vision for his age and is willing to make the extra pass.
Giddey against McCollum. Pass to Johnson. First trip to the line for him here.
First team foul. Shooting for Atlanta, Jalen Johnson. 2 shots.
Shoot 2.
No good on that one.
After averaging just about 3 points per game as a rookie, Jalen Johnson has put so much work into his game and has become a very good NBA player.
Looking at who's out there now for Chicago. Smith, he's checked in for Collins. Williams comes in for Buzelis. And Anthony Simons subbed in for Ivy. Now here's Smith. Pass to Sexton. Back to Giddey. Smith with a screen on McCollum. To the inside. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, I just love the game of Giddey. Looks for others first. A great guy to play with.
Outside Johnson. Okongwu, a screen on Williams. Johnson passes to Okongwu. Misses from short range. And so it's Jaden Ivey making things happen for the Bulls. Absolutely carrying the offense. He ends the quarter with 14. We'll be back in a moment. For those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Chicago.
Well, they're off to a good start getting it inside and scoring at close range. Solid fundamentals so far in this one.
And from the jump, they've also clearly been focused on running effective plays here tonight. And there's been a lot of high-quality distribution from them on the floor.
And the Hawks, looking at who they've got. Nikhil Alexander-Walker out there with C.J. McCollum. Then it's Kuminga. Then there's Onyeka Okongwu. And it's Daniels in at the 3, the small forward.
And McCollum isn't afraid of contact, especially when he's being aggressive and looking to score.
And one thing about this game, Grant, on any given night, you can see an upset.
Yeah, I mean, B.A., it just shows how hard it is to be consistent night in and night out. Every team in the league has quality players, so if you're off your game even just a little, that could be enough to lose it for you.
The Bulls making a switch here. Miller's checked in, and so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. And you look at Colin Sexton. Puts points on the board, Grant, and does it efficiently.
Well, B.A., unfortunately, he gives some of that back on the other end of the floor. But there's always a place in this league for guys who can fill it up.
Yabusele, he's checked in for Miller.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
McCollum against Giddey. McCollum on the left side. Oh, so tough to stop Kuminga inside.
The overwhelming athleticism of Kuminga. It's kind of key here.
And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot. The Chicago Bulls retiring the jersey of hometown hero and former league MVP Derrick Rose. His coach with the Bulls, Tom Thibodeau, said, "The true measure of a man is how he handles adversity, and nobody did it better. He's always found a way to rise above, and there's no question in my mind he is a Hall of Fame player." Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you. Now here's McCollum. Outside Kuminga. Okongwu, a screen on Yabusele. Kuminga, the pass to Okongwu. Oh, the dunk by Okongwu!
Impressive one-hand slam right there, B.A.
Man, as long as he's confident about it, I'm good with it. Maybe use two hands next time. He knows where he is.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Here's McCollum. And it's Kinney with a rebound. Chicago leading by 6. Pass to Smith. Here's Kiddie. McCollum defends. Outside Sexton. Back to Kiddie. Yabusele, a screen on McCollum. From deep, Kiddie. And again, it's the Bulls from deep.
Like sometimes the threes can really boost your confidence, and I'm sure it'll do just that for Giddey.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He'll take the opportunity to regroup. A 6'8" point guard, Josh Giddey's length gives him a massive advantage, Grant.
Oh, it does, B.A. He's too big for opposing ones to guard. It's tough putting a wing on him, and Giddey just makes you change your defensive game plan.
Checked in for Yabusele. Ivy comes in for Simons. And it's Jones in for Sexton. Landale's checked in for the Hawks. Jalen Johnson comes in for McCollum. Now here's Alexander Walker. No points so far. Here's Johnson. That one goes in.
And that's when Johnson does most of his work offensively, inside the paint.
Giddey with it, and Johnson picks him up defensively. And here's Ivy from the arc. The rebound by Atlanta. At the conclusion of this one, they're off to Brooklyn where they'll face the Nets. It'll be their second game of a 4-game road trip. Here's Johnson. No luck on that one. Okoro, the defensive effort. Giddey against Daniels. Hook loose. Now here's Giddey. He's covered closely. On the wing, Ivy fires the 3. That one falls. Nice speed that time from Giddey. Giddey's got 4 assists in the game.
This defense is getting spaced out. 3 of the last 5 buckets have come from way beyond the arc.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Left side, Johnson. Shakes him. Count that one. Johnson's got 4 points this quarter.
And whether he's the ball handler or screener, Jalen Johnson loves to operate pick and roll.
Giddey passes to Okoro. And again, it's Chicago with a 3.
Hey, you leave him open, he's going to make the defense pay for that level of disrespect.
Outside Johnson. That one. Now shooting 5 of 10 and looking sharp.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Here's Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
Yeah, what a feed from Ivy. These are the type of passes you love seeing from him.
Hawks trail by 11. On the wing, Daniels. Back to Alexander Walker. Johnson with it. He's got 11. And he's now 6 for 11 after that one.
They have no answer defensively inside.
And so it's Jones who brings up the ball for the Chicago Bulls. Kuminga against Ivy. Driving inside. That one's good for 2. Ivy's got 19 points.
And he is a hard charger. Ivy only plays at full speed. A great burst on his drives.
Daniels outside. Pass to Kuminga. Outside Johnson. Over Okoro. The shot by Johnson, no good. Chicago leading by 11. On the wing, Ivy. He's got 19. Here's the 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got 6 assists here tonight.
Hot off the pass. Ivy has a shot up. No time to waste when you've got a pro-level defense coming at you.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust.
Then to the floor is your 3-1-2 crew.
He's checked in for Chicago. Luzelis comes in for Giddey. Atlanta also making some changes. Okongwu's checked in for Landale. Risachet comes in for Johnson. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Daniels. McCollum. Back to Risachet. And here's Ivy from the arc. Kuminga pulls it in. Hawks trail by 14. Here's McCollum. He's got 13. Pass to Kuminga. Oh, Kuminga, just a menace inside.
Brute force on that interior. Jonathan Kuminga, let's just say he's a special athlete, folks.
To the middle. McCollum against Jones. Now here's McCollum. Driving to the basket. Now Jones inside. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. Nickeil Alexander-Walker picks one up.
And at 6'10", Luzelis is becoming a very difficult cover for defenses, especially when he's aggressive in trying to score.
Good on the second one. Hawks trail by 13. And here's McCollum. Alexander Walker, the pass to McCollum. Okongwu, a screen on Jones. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And it's good. Walk through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Second team foul. Shooting for Atlanta.
And that one misses. Bulls leading by 11. Jones, the pass to Collins. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jonathan Kuminga. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. Third team foul.
Pass to Buzelis. Chicago passing it around. Down low. Collins, no good.
That's their plan, to get him an opportunity to finish in tight. That's a miss they can live with.
Outside Rizachet. Back to McCollum. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted areas.
Atlanta shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
At the line for the Hawks.
The free throw drops for McCollum.
Yeah, now a veteran in the league, McCollum's combo guard style of play is valuable to this team.
Ivy outside. Off the mark there with a 3. Hawks trail by 8. Kuminga with it. Give him 8. Here's Alexander Walker. McCollum outside. Clock at 6. Off target with the 3.
And after connecting twice from deep in the first quarter, he hasn't been able to drain another here in the second. Feed the interior, good things will happen.
And so McCollum will bring it up for the Hawks. Pass to Alexander Walker. Kuminga with a screen on Ivy. Outside Kuminga. Shot clock at 5. McCollum outside. Over Buzelis. And Atlanta misses again.
Okay, so if I were to say this was a disaster of a period for him, it would be an understatement. But hey, sometimes you gotta shoot your way out of the slump, even for him.
Outside Jones. To the paint. It's tipped.
Boy, Kuminga, this man is explosive at both ends of the floor.
McCollum finds Kuminga.
Remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Here's a Kongwu. Outside Rizachet. Okoro passes to Collins. And he makes it. Collins has gotten his second bucket on the night.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Jones against McCollum. Driving in. And here's a Kongwu for 3. Chicago with a rebound. And after this one, they're at home against Sacramento. It'll be the second of 3 straight games on their home floor. Collins against Kuminga. 6 to shoot. Here's Jones. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Kuminga, the pass to McCollum. Stolen by Collins. Here we go. Here's Jones. Rejected by a Kongwu. Hawks trail by 12. To stop the drought. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Well, here in the second quarter, he's starting to dial up his aggressiveness as far as working himself to the free throw line.
He's got free throw attempts 4 and 5 here. The free throw drops for McCollum.
And they seem to have taken a more heads-on approach this quarter, and it's getting them to the free throw line.
And McCollum drops them both. 41 seconds left in the second quarter. McCollum against Jones. It's stolen by a Kongwu. Now here's Kuminga, tightly guarded, and the deficit down inside single digits. Kuminga's got 6 here in the quarter.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Here's Ivy, outside Jones. From the wing, drained it for 2 points. And the Bulls lead by 10.
Tremendous vision. Passing out of the shot, that's great decision making.
McCollum, the pass to a Kongwu. Oh, the dunk by a Kongwu!
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
And we finished off one half of play. Chicago ahead, leading by 8. And we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out there for the start of the third quarter, right after the break.
Hello and welcome. Before we take a look at the action from the first half, a brief overview of some upcoming games.
You know, right now for the Hawks, I don't look at win-loss records at this point. I want to see improvement from game to game.
I wish fans saw it that way. Most of the time it's about instant gratification. And returning our attention to this game, a solid first half for the Bulls.
Yeah, it's been a barrage of threes. These days, more teams are playing outside in than inside out.
Kenny, you hurt my ears, Kenny.
Just being honest, Shaq. Just being honest with our viewers.
And that'll do it for us. Thanks for stopping by. We'll head back down to Brian Anderson and crew for the start of the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. You got to like what Jaden Ivey has done in this game.
Yeah, tonight he's done a great job of slashing through the lane and finishing.
And you love that mindset he has going at the rim. He hasn't settled for anything, and he's been the aggressor all game long.
We've got Buzelis. Ivey's out there with Trey Jones. Then there's Isaac Okoro, and it's Collins in at the 5. So that's the 5 in the game for Chicago. Bulls leading by 8. And it's Zachary Risachet with a foul. That's his first foul.
These calls can be so difficult for officials to make.
And so here is Chicago. They've led by as many as 14. Okoro, no good.
The defense really made this an uphill battle, and he just couldn't get there.
Johnson on the wing. Guarded by Okoro. Johnson inside. Chicago with a rebound.
They've been unable to hit anything this half. 3 attempts and 3 misses.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Thanks a lot, Brian. Jalen Johnson, great in the two-man game, and he talked about how he operates off the pocket pass. He said, quote, "It's simple. You got to read before the catch. Point 5, quick decisions. Just how quarterbacks have progressions with receivers, I have progressions in the pocket, and I read those. Back over to you."
Okay, Allie, thanks a lot. Here's Ivey. Soft touch off the glass. Ivey's got 24 points.
And with the talent and the competitiveness that Ivey has, we're going to see a lot of nights like this in his NBA career. It's just a matter of how many.
Now here's McCollum. He's got 18. Down low. Here's Johnson. Oh, and Johnson slams it in.
Saw the angles and led him right to the hoop with that pass.
Jones with the ball, and Johnson picks him up defensively.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. And we're just about 2 minutes into the final half of play now. Now here's McCollum. Just 5 on the clock. Going inside. Off target at the rim.
Might like a do-over there. Quality look inside.
Collins with a screen on McCollum. And Collins with the slam.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
Yeah, it's going to take better rim protection than that if they're going to climb out of this hole.
Now here's McCollum. And he drains it, making him 7 for 15 for the day.
Yeah, defending the pick and roll. You have to stop the ball, especially when it's C.J. McCollum controlling it.
Ivey's shot is off. Hawks trail by 8. McCollum taking his time here. Johnson a screen on Jones to the middle. And it's Chicago with a board. Okoro's got 4 rebounds now. Now here's Ivey. Risachet covering. Now Ivey. He's got 24. outside. Puts up a three. Rebounded by Daniels. And so it's Johnson with it. He brings it up for Atlanta. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half. Now here's Johnson. 15 points in the game. And that one drops. Johnson's got 17.
And he's coming off a huge performance, and his confidence couldn't be any higher. And his coach knows that, too.
When it ain't broke, leave it alone. Until someone stops him, just let him roll.
Pass to Buzelis. Collins outside. Jones against McCollum. Jones misses. Hawks trail by 6. McCollum finds Johnson. And he drew the blocking foul, so he'll go to the line to shoot a pair. It's going to be on Jaden Ivey. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Chicago.
They're moving the ball around so well, guys. Quick passes, letting the next guy do the work if you don't have a look.
And also, their mid-range game has been outstanding. They're just finding holes in the defense and exploiting them.
And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach probably just checking to make sure everybody's on the same page here. Kispert comes in for Risache. And it's Alexander Walker in for C.J. McCollum. He's off on the first. He hits the second from the line. Chicago leading by 5. Pass to Buzelis. Back to Jones. To win the drought. And the shot goes in.
Oh, I love that possession for them, ending with an assisted bucket.
Here's Alexander Walker. Yet to see a basket. On the wing, Daniels. And here's Johnson. With the drive. Banked it in off the glass.
And they keep on figuring out ways to force the rock inside and convert.
The Bulls have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Back to Jones. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in. Jones has got his third bucket of the night.
I mean, some good stuff out here. 5 of their last 6 buckets have come off of nice passes.
And there's the foul. It'll go on Trey Jones. That'll be a second foul of the game.
Yeah, he tried to gain position, but couldn't quite get there.
And Atlanta making a change here. Kuminga's checked in. Now here's Alexander Walker. Pass to Landale. Stolen by Collins. And a fast break now for the Bulls. Here's Buzelis. The rebound by Atlanta. Left side Kuminga. Inside. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
Good pass by Kuminga, showing you can run the offense through him.
Ivey outside. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. Coach taking this moment to speak to his guys. Maybe alter some of the game plan.
Ivey. Atlanta timeout. It's time for dance jam. If you see yourself on the big screen, you know what to do. Show us your moves.
shooting 2.
And he drops the first.
And how can you not be excited about Ivy's potential? You can tell he wants to keep getting better.
And both free throws good for Ivy. Hawks trail by 7. Alexander Walker with it. Still no points. Pass to Kispert. 5 to shoot. 3-pointer. Collins with the rebound. Collins has got rebound number 8 here already in the game. And the whistle blows on a backcourt violation. Went over and back. Josh Giddey's checked in for Chicago.
Number 3, Josh Giddey.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Defense is right there. Into the lane. And he makes no mistake. Slam dunk.
And one move ahead of the defense. A solid pick.
And then the monster dunk to complete the play. Well done.
Great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammate.
3-pointer, Buzelis. The rebound by Atlanta. Daniels has got his 4th rebound in this one. Kispert outside. From outside the arc. And it's Giddey with a rebound.
And he probably thought he was going to bury that one.
To the inside is Buzelis. Good D by Daniels. Hawks trail by 5. Kispert, the pass to Kuminga. Collins with it. Now guarded by Landale. From deep, Giddey. The rebound by Atlanta. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds now. Here's Alexander Walker. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Bulls making a switch here. Smith's checked in.
Checking into the game for your Bulls.
Chicago leading by 5.
Jalen Smith.
Outside Giddey. The 3. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Giddey's got 9.
Beautiful execution, getting it away quickly. Giddey just wasting no time.
Now here's Alexander Walker. Kuminga with a screen on Jones. Here's Alexander Walker. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
And force feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
Outside Jones. Pass to Giddey. Oh, sweet move. And it's good on the layup. Giddey's got 5 points in the quarter.
And sometimes defenders just forget how tall Giddey is. I mean, the 6'8" guard is solid finishing inside.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Here's Kuminga. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
Jones, the pass to Smith. And it's good. 2 points. 6 points for him.
Excellent movement on the play. The pass on time and on point.
Outside, Alexander Walker. Pass to Kispert. Now here's Kuminga. Shot clock at 5. Back to Kispert.
2 minutes remaining.
Fires for 3. And Jones grabs the board. Bulls leading by 8. And it's a Okoro penetrating. Ooh, powered down with both hands.
Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. And so the timeout by Quinn Snyder here. He might have seen something and needs to review with his guys.
Get up and start moving with your mascot. Let's go.
Richards is checked in for Buzelis. Ivy comes in for Okoro, and it's Colin Sexton in for Jones. Atlanta also making some changes. Jalen Johnson, he's checked in for Kuminga. Risache comes in for Daniels, and it's McCollum in for Alexander Walker. That one goes. Count it. McCollum's got 22.
Yeah, McCollum excels at everything on the court, and man, he is putting on a show.
And Jalen Johnson is going to pick up the foul. That'll be a second foul of the game. Williams is checked in for Richards.
13 foul. Now into the lineup.
1:19 left to play in the third quarter of basketball.
44, Patrick Williams.
Ivy, left side. 6 on the shot clock. Rebounded by Johnson. Johnson's got 5 rebounds tonight. And Smith over to help. The shot by Johnson, no good. Chicago leading by 8. 43 seconds left in the third. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
And Ivy has no fear when it comes to getting inside. He's got a strong frame and doesn't mind taking contact when he has to.
This is his second trip to the line in the game. And both free throws good for Ivy.
And man, looking good from the line so far this half.
And so McCollum will bring it up for Atlanta. Johnson a screen on Giddey. McCollum into the lane. And a nice finish on the layup. 24 points for him.
Yeah, just great initiative from McCollum. He welcomes any scoring opportunity the defense gives him.
Right side Giddey. Here's Ivy. And there's the drive. Chicago passing it around. 2 points. That one goes. Ivy's got 8 points in the quarter.
He's been dominant all game long. Nobody on the floor can stop him. And look, let's just say he knows it.
Outside Johnson. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. It's the Bulls. Up 10. Don't. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And from the 2-guard spot, an unselfish play like this sets a fantastic tone.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard grip on the passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. On the floor for Atlanta. Risache at the 3, Johnson at the 4. C.J. McCollum is out there with Kispert, and it's Landale in at the 5, down low. Johnson finds McCollum. And he was camped in the lane there. He gets a 3-second call.
We've seen more than a few miscues from them tonight.
And if they want to come back in this game, look, they got to clean up those mistakes.
Chicago leading by 10. Smith with a screen on McCollum. Smith in the high post. That one falls. Nice feed that time from Giddey.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
McCollum against Giddey. Kispert on the wing. There's a screen. The Hawks need to get one up here. And they force the shot clock violation. Great feed.
Those are the turnovers that have coaches pulling their hair out. Why do you think I'm bald?
And for the Bulls, they're shooting around 59%. They've been outstanding on the offensive end. Sexton passes to Smith. Now here's Giddey, covered by Johnson. Throws it down, and the official calls a foul. It may be a 3-point play. That's on Jock Landale.
Oh, unreal play to take on the contact and get it to go.
So both teams making some changes here. Hawks trail by 15. It's McCollum with a drive. And the ball out of play. The Bulls will have it.
Bulls ball.
The Bulls have gone 2 of 3 to open the 4th quarter. It's Giddey on the wing. McCollum defends. Pass to Asenge, and here's Ivy. Picked by Smith. Shot clock at 6. Ivy finds Smith. Oh, the dunk by Smith.
You know, he's run that set a lot, even in his college days. Ivy's aware of every option he has in the pick and roll.
McCollum against Giddey. Back to McCollum. Landale with a screen. Will it go? The putback. Smith with the rebound. Bulls leading by 17. Ivy, left side. And a foul call.